movers and shakers, welcome to another exciting episode of the Seven Figure Moving Academy. Today I'm talking with one of my clients and he wanted to know, what is it going to take to start a moving company step by step in California? Well, I get the chance to actually go over some of the procedures and thoughts that I would go through if I were to start a moving business in California, especially in his situation where he has to start part-time. And I thought that would be something you guys would enjoy learning yourselves. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Don't forget to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and leave a comment if you're interested. All right.
Good. So how can I help you, sir?
Well, I'm starting this moving company, and I just wanted to get some insight on what I absolutely need to get it off the ground.
Okay.
I have a business name and went through the process of getting all of that started with my order, all my paperwork. So I'm basically just like, what forms do I need, or even if I need to join your Facebook just to like get a like a crash course of what I need, the forms and all of that type of stuff.
Excellent. All right. Well, first of all, tell me your experience in the moving industry.
Well, personally, I just did it like for family, stuff like that. Since I moved back to LA, a guy in my mom's building, I had to help him move like 3 times, packing. And that's where I got the idea from, because I helped this guy move like 3 times. And he paid me so good. I had my wheels turning. And I'm like, okay. And then the building that I'm in, it's like, I see moving trucks in and out of this place all the time. Right. So it really got me thinking, but yeah. My experience is just like moving families, moving my family. I did it when I was in Indiana. I was in Indiana for 17 years. I had my pickup truck. I helped people at that port, at that point, that way. I never really did it. Well, I did it a couple of times using U-Hauls way back in the day. But it's just something I got, like washing cars. Like you grow up washing cars and cutting grass. It's just experience like that.
Okay. So you got a little bit of professional experience, but you've never worked for an actual moving company before?
No.
Okay. I got you. All right. What equipment do you have?
I have dollies. I have like 7 dollies, furniture dollies, regular dollies. I have the convertible ones where you can have it straight up, or you can have stuff laying down on it. Basically, just I have to get more into my grabbing my tools and everything I need. I have a couple of straps, few blankets. Yeah, just basic stuff like that.
And do you have a moving truck?
I don't. At this point right now, I'm in the market for starting my search, and I got a couple of guys that's on it. I got a guy that goes to the auctions all the time. He's searching for me. I've been like half-heartedly doing it because I work, I do security, and so the time I do have, I put into it. I try to tweak certain parts, whatever's upcoming at that point. That's what I'm taking care of.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And are you in Los Angeles? You
Yes.
said California, so I'm assuming.
Yes,
Los
I'm
Angeles.
downtown.
Yeah. Down by Wilshire?
Little past Wilshire. I'm on 2nd Street.
Okay. I was in Hollywood for like
I work in Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah, I was where Highland, Sunset, and Hollywood merged together right there.
Right.
The Los Feliz area.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, excellent. My suggestion, if you really want to pursue this, is I would start off as a labor-only provider. And the reason for that is you don't have any equipment. You have very little experience, professional experience anyway. you don't have any equipment really to speak of. So my suggestion would be to start off as a labor only provider and build up those skills and customer service skills. And it'll give you if you do this for, let's say, a year or something, it'll give you the ability to go into the bigger jobs with a truck and be able to go and estimate the jobs. So, I mean, they come in and they ask you for an estimate. Right now, you probably are going to say, well, it's going to take you one 26-foot truck and maybe a trailer to get this done. Right now, you're going to be guessing, right? So you need to build up that spatial awareness to go, okay, this fills up a 26-foot truck, right? Once you get that experience and once you've done it, you filled up a 26-foot truck and a 17-foot truck and a 10-foot truck several times, you'll be oh, yeah, I can do this, and right. And it also will give you a good idea how many hours it's going to take you and any of your crew members to do. Thirdly, it will also make you a little bit flexible because right now you say you're also working a security job. So being a labor only provider will allow you to be flexible to work in between your security position. So thirdly, it'll allow you to build that flexibility up, right? Also, it'll give you a good, we'll start building up an idea of like what you want in your company and what you don't want in your company, as well as in aspects of personnel, reputation, and so on and so forth. Right. Also, you can get paid very, very well just doing that as a labor only. So you're allowed, and that'll keep your overhead very, very low, which means you can then save up money quicker for the better tools, the better equipment, and then eventually trucks.
Okay, so when you say labor only, what is that whole aspect is that? What is
that? Basically means all you're going to do is provide the labor to load a truck or unload a truck. Sometimes you will do both. You'll load up the truck, follow the person to Timbuktu, right? Let's say they want to move from Hollywood to Century City. So maybe you'll follow them to Century City and then you'll unload their U-Haul truck. Okay. In California, they are one of the most stringent and most regulated states when it comes to the moving industry. I mean, they hold stings quite often. So you do not want to be providing moving services when you're unlicensed and uninsured. Seeing as you don't have a truck, you don't have the license and insurance, my suggestion is start off with labor only because that's unregulated. Okay. There's nothing they can do to stop you from loading up a truck or unloading a truck. You don't need a license for it. You don't need insurance for it, although you should have it, but you don't need any of that stuff, right? All you need is to do is personnel. Now, I do know that they have some kind of stipulations as far as gig workers there. So you might want to check out what that is because you would be considered a gig worker, right? I would, once you figured out that business model, which is my suggestion, you can build yourself a nice website that's geared around that, send postcards to people and to apartment buildings, like more of the middle to high end apartment buildings. You don't want to really do not deal with poor people. Poor people will be bad customers. They're angry. They try to scam you at every chance they get. Just stay away from them. Right. Just stay away from the poor ass people that are going to try to nickel and dime you. You are worth what you're worth, and you got to stick to your guns. You know what I mean? If you want to dicker and deal a little bit, fine, but there is no strategic value at all for being the lowest priced mover. There's just none. Right. Because even if you are the lowest, the only way you're going to win at that game is if you are the lowest, right? They can get two sticks from Home Depot for $10 an hour.
Right.
Let's just be honest. They can't. Awesome. That's great. And maybe they'll do a good job. We don't know.
Right.
Okay. But you're worth more than $10 an hour.
Right.
You just are. And if you hire the right guys, they're going to be worth more than $10 an hour.
Right.
So there's no strategic value. Not only that, if you're trying to be the lowest cost guy, right? Especially like in LA, because in LA, you get the Hispanics, they'll send out a 4-man crew for $60.
Right. Yeah. No.
You know, but the thing is they all live together, they all share the money. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
You know, you can get around with it if you take all your family with you too, you know?
Right. Right.
You know, because then you're not really, so they're not looking, they're just looking to pay rent and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. They're not really looking to make money. We're trying to build a business.
Right.
But obviously at the same time, you've got to think of how much your competition is charging, right?
Right.
That's why I suggest you concentrate on the high end, middle high to high end folks, right? You don't want to deal with you know, I don't know how far you're willing to travel, but you know, you could go down to Orange County, you could go to San Bernardino, you know, you can go to the Valley, and these are people that've got the money, you know, North Hollywood,
right?
That's where the money's at.
Right.
You know, I would stay away from, you know, Long Beach or, you know, or Compton,
right,
or,
right.
you know, or Watts, or, you know, it's
right.
Stay away from those areas.
Yeah.
Just because that's not where the money's at.
Right, right.
That doesn't mean you can't do it, right? But you've got to have some assurances.
Right. Yeah.
So I would make up postcards and flyers, and then my marketing tactic at this point would be I would go to all the storage facilities in those areas, all the self-storage facilities, give them paperwork in my flyers and all that. I'd go to try to meet up with as many real estate agents as I can and schmooze them and network with them. I would go to every house that had a for sale sign on it that's in my demographical area, and knock on the doors and say, hi, I'm here. I can provide moving services, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I would do. If you do that, if you did like 500 of those a month, I guarantee you would make 30 to 40, possibly even $50,000 in that month. I'm not even joking. Okay. And right now, the California moving scene is on fire. People are moving out in droves.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're providing a labor only, you could charge the big bucks, especially if you go to the right targeted audience. You could just clean up right now. I mean,
and that was another question. Okay, from that aspect of just moving only, getting the pricing down, how would I go about that? Just calling around, just asking other movers, or?
Yeah, that's one way to do it. A good thing to do is go to Moving Helper or hire a helper and look at what those people are charging per hour. Check out the guys with the best ratings and find out how much they're charging. Like in my area, a labor only company can charge anywhere from $100 to $200 an hour for a 2-man crew.
Oh, that's decent.
Yeah, that's my area though. Your area, just because of the competition, you might not be able to get away with that.
Right.
But again, and then I would try to price mine stuff towards the higher end.
Right.
Towards the mid to high end.
Right.
And just make sure my reputation was good enough for that.
Okay.
Right. Really just, and then you would need to make sure that your paperwork is right on point and that you're protecting yourself, because especially with labor only, your liability only lasts until that door shuts on the truck, or you know what I mean?
Right.
The last item is taken off the truck. After that, you have no liability. You can't control how they drive. You can't control how somebody unloads the truck.
Right.
As soon as that door shuts, your liability ends, and your paperwork needs to say that. So somebody can't come along. Well, you loaded the truck up wrong and it broke. I don't know how you drove. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could have drove like a complete and utter idiot, driving over all these bumps and everything. I don't know, hitting every pothole on the way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's on you. Once I close that door and you say everything's good, I got everything, and I shut that door, my liability ends.
Right.
Right. And your paperwork needs to communicate that. You know, you need to. I would make sure that you take a deposit on every job of at least $50, no more than $100, preferably $100 for every job to book it. Because what happens is if you don't take a deposit, people will cancel on you left, right, and center. And then now you're like a day or two out, and there's no way to really replace that job.
Right.
So if you take a deposit of $100, that money goes towards the overall bill, right? But it's non-refundable. So if they cancel, you get the $100.
Right. Okay.
Right. So that will kind of offset any kind of cancellations. It also puts skin in their games so that they won't cancel on you. So once you book it and you get a confirmation, great. So that means you're going to have some sort of form that they sign, right? And you can get this online. We've got forms in the website. All the documents that you'll ever need for your business is in the group. So should you be in the group? Yes. Just from the standpoint of literally tens of thousands of dollars in materials that we have in the group, it makes it far worth it. But you also get the mentoring, the networking, and everything else to help you out with that. You know, as long as you get out of it what you put into it. If you don't put anything into it, you don't get anything out of it. Right. And for $50 a month, you might as well put something into it. You know.
Yeah.
Ask your questions, you know. But again, you got to get your paperwork on target. Make sure you're taking deposits, right? Okay. I have a video that tells you about the certain terms and conditions that you should have in your paperwork, right? Watch that video. Okay. That's going to save you a lot of time, money, and hassle. Just those terms and conditions videos that I have are worth their weight in gold, literally. You know, so that's what I would really recommend, that you watch those videos on my YouTube channel. Those are free. But you can do it. But
yeah, I'm already subscribed to your channel already.
Okay, good. But you should be part of the group, and that way you can have a way to actually model.
Okay, so is the group just only on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a private group on Facebook.
Okay.
So the only people in the group are people that have either they got in it when it was free to now, or they're paid.
Right. Okay.
But we have like 800 people in the group, and you know, there's about 100 people that are really active on it.
Okay. I'll join today.
Cool. You'll get more bang for your buck if you go the annual fee, but that's on you. You can pay $200 for the annual fee, or pay $50 a month, which is like $300, $400.
I think I'll do the annual.
There you go. Smart man. Now, once you've got your paperwork done, now it's getting out there and actually doing the jobs. Because if you've done the marketing, like I suggested, just go out and knocking on those doors. You know, after about a week or two, you should be starting to get phone calls, right? And you're going to want to start scheduling those up now, getting those scheduled up, getting your deposit, putting them on the things, making sure you're finding the guys to help you out for the job. Right. I would always, starting out, I would recommend you have 3 guys on every job. Okay. Until you realize, or you know, that, hey, I can get away with doing a job with 2 guys.
Now,
Right.
would that be 3 guys, including me, or 3 other guys?
3 guys, including you. So you
Okay.
and 2 others,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right now, you cannot afford to be not doing the jobs.
Right.
Ideally, within, if you do this in 6 months, you could be hiring another 3 guys and create another crew.
Right.
Right.
Hopefully.
But you've got to learn the business from the ground up. Because if you don't know the business from the ground up, when your guys start giving you bullshit excuses about things, you can say, you know what, man, you can call them out and say that's bullshit. I know better.
Right.
Don't give me that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what is the real reason why you failed at this particular fund? And then you can use that, because you have that knowledge. You can then point out what the real out point is and either correct it or get rid of the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that goes in your little book so that you can write procedures and processes and systems for later on down the system. So like there's a reoccurring problem that comes up over and over and over and over. Someone comes to you with that problem. You've been there, you've done that, and handled it before. And you go pull out your procedure and go step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and solve the problem.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So knowing the job from the ground up is better. I would start with hourly charging by the hour, right? I would probably charge a minimum of 2 hours. So a 2-hour minimum. So let's say that you're going to charge $60 per person. You're going to have 3 guys on it. That's $120. 2 hours is $240. You can give them a discount on the first 2-hour minimum for say $200 for the first 2 hours, and then it's going to be, $120 for every hour after that, kind of thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that gives them a thing, and then you're going to have to come up with a thing. Well, LA is a very big area. I mean, you can literally be driving an hour to go 30 miles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know LA traffic,
Yeah.
So I would charge probably a travel fee, and I would probably not travel more than an hour to an hour and a half away from your location to start off with, right?
Right.
You say you're downtown. That's where you live,
right?
Okay, so downtown is some good area. You're on the south side of downtown, right?
I'm on west of actually downtown. I'm west of Figueroa.
West of Figueroa. Okay.
Right.
All right. So, west of Figueroa.
Okay. Like by Echo Park. I'm by Echo Park.
Okay, good. So you're in a good area up there. Echo Park is not that bad. Echo Park, Silver Lake.
Yeah.
You might, Pasadena, Glendale areas are probably going to be good areas to hit up.
Yeah.
Well, not all of Pasadena, but most of Pasadena.
Right.
Glendale's going to be good. Burbank, if that's too far, I don't know if Burbank's too far for you. South, I really wouldn't go south much. I would go up towards the mountains.
North.
That's where the better, Alta Vista, Los Feliz, see, I know my area up there.
I see.
Yeah, that's where I would concentrate on my marketing. That doesn't mean I wouldn't do other places. If it,
right.
I wouldn't go down past, Staples Center or, down by the college or anything, because that's just rough.
Yeah.
I remember that back in the riots, man. Oh, that was bad. Anyway, that's what I would do. Right. And I would make it a goal to do at least knock on 200 doors. Everybody that in my demographical area that has a for sale sign on their house, knock on their door. I go out to all the apartment complexes, talk with the managers if you can, if they have a manager on site, and just do it. I guarantee you'll get business. You will get business. You'd probably get business within the first 2 to 3 weeks. Is my estimate. And just kill it. And you could get business cards and postcards and rat cards. Rat cards is sort of like a postcard, but it's the size of a brochure.
Oh, okay.
Get a rat card, and you could get those made up from Vistaprint for nothing. $100, and you could probably get 100 at each of those. You know what I mean? And I would just go pass them out like it was candy.
Okay.
I'd put my business card in every bill that I paid. Everything. If I pay my water bill, my business card is going in there. You never know. Someone, you pay your bill, someone's gonna open that thing, they pull out that check, and there's your business card.
Right.
I don't know if you do it online, but if you send it in the mail, that would be a good way to do it.
Okay.
Or make up a rubber stamp. So when I don't know, if you're doing it automatically online, I don't know, you can't really do it, but just think of ways you can really cheap, effective ways to get your name out there. Right. And then do it by hourly. I would charge probably 60 guys per hour. Right. And then I would probably pay my guys out of that $20 to $30. Okay. Because you want guys who really want to work. And if you get in a bind, you could always go to Home Depot and grab out a couple Latinos yourself for a day, some
Right.
day laborers.
Right.
So you're never going to be without somebody that's willing to work. You can go hit up a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and there's going to be guys out front go to two guys. I need two guys.
Right.
What I mean? $10 an hour, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
They'll jump in the truck with you.
Okay.
And you might want to start with that at first.
Yeah.
And if you get lucky and you find a good crew, say, hey, look, I'm willing to pay you full time.
Okay. So let me ask you, Jay. This is your suggestion without the truck. So like I said, I got guys. What if I get the truck? Then what route should I take?
Well, if you do get the truck, then you've got to make sure, especially in California, you're going to need to get licensed and insured. So
right.
The question comes down, how much money do you got in the bank to buy a truck and to support yourself, right? And if you don't have a lot, because you need a good truck. If you're going to buy a truck, you want a truck that's going to last you at least 3 to 4 years, right? So buying a good used truck, and a good truck that's going to last you 3, 4, 5 years is going to be right around 20 grand. Okay. Just being honest. You get a cheap U-Haul for 5, that's going to break down in 6 months.
Right.
That's just going to be a money pit. It's not worth it. Although I've done that, and they work good. It's just you're constantly going to be shoveling money into that.
Yeah, I don't want to buy a problem anyway.
Right. So if you don't have good credit, that's gonna hamper you in getting a truck. It's also gonna hamper you severely in getting insurance for your moving business.
Well, I'm already working on my business credit right now.
Okay. But you got to get business credit is good, but your business credit also is dependent upon your personal credit.
Oh, I'm working on that too. I'm in the 700s. I'm in the 700s.
Oh, then you're golden. You're golden, right? Just don't lose that 700.
Oh no,
the 700. You're golden. You're good.
No.
You probably won't have a hard time getting a nice, good truck and getting licensed and insured. That's right. However, your experience is going to play a factor in you getting moving insurance, right? And right now, insurance agents, specifically because of COVID and everything, they're really leery about giving out insurance. It can't be done, but you're gonna have to work for it, right? California, again, is the most stringent and hardest place. But that is one state that I will never ever tell you to go rogue. You can get away with going rogue in some states, like Michigan. You can get away with going rogue.
Right.
But in California, no way. Don't even try it. Yeah. They will put you in jail so fast.
That's why I contacted you.
just don't even do it. That's why I'm saying go labor only.
No.
Right?
Okay.
Go labor only. Learn the business for a year or two. Save up money, right? And then build up your reputation, and then worry about full service moves.
Okay.
Okay. They will come. Trust me, they will come. There's never going to be a shortage of full service moves out there. There's billions of dollars worth of jobs done every year. And the amount of moving companies that are needed there's more. We need more moving companies to meet the demand than anything else. All right.
Yeah.
And if you could provide a great service, I mean, VIP, great service, you're not going to do it every time, but if you could do it 99% of the time, and do it for an affordable rate. Notice I said affordable rate.
Right.
I didn't say a cheap rate.
Right.
But if you can do a stellar service at an affordable rate, you will clean up and make $1 million with no problem in the full service moving business. However, you're in a state that's very stringent. That's why I'm saying work thing. Now, if you, after 6 months, you feel like you want to take the next step, go ahead. But you're going to have to work that first 6 months really super hard. Really make sure you get your systems in and your procedures in. You're hiring the right guys, right? And that you're licensed and insured, and then you figure out your marketing. And if you're a member of the 7-Figure Moving Academy, they can help you with getting the right campaign, moving campaigns and everything. There's a lot of people in California in the group. So you can ask a lot of guys in the group from California what to do. But do not be a road mover in California.
Oh, I won't. So just being a labor only, it doesn't take, I don't have to be licensed or registered, but can I be licensed and registered?
You can be, well, you can, but you can't be registered as a moving company, but you can go get your business license. You can go get like insurance for, like workman's comp insurance and business insurance and stuff like that. Okay. And that's recommended. I highly recommend you do that. Okay. But you don't need moving insurance. You don't need cargo insurance. You know what I mean?
Right.
I definitely recommend you get workman's comp if you got full-time guys, and you're not just using day labor. And I definitely recommend that you get business license. That will protect you in case of, like, if you do get sued or something happens.
Right. Okay.
Right. Or you do break something. Do you see what I'm saying? Or heaven forbid, one of your guys steals a bracelet.
Yeah.
You don't want to really do that.
Right.
I'd get a map, maybe grab a Thomas map or a Thomas guide and take a little protractor, one of those little protractors, right. Put you where you're at, and then make a circle in that vicinity and just start there, right? Build up a reputation, an online reputation. So that means getting on Google Maps, Facebook page, a Yelp page, right? Working on those, because those are all free, and just get good reviews on all of those, right? Once you have 50 to 100 positive reviews, if you have one bad review, it's not going to hurt you, right? You could always do another few hundred. And the good thing about moving help, being a labor only guy, you could go to movinghelper.com, hirehelper.com, and some of these other things like that, and you could get listed on those, and they will send you jobs for free. They'll take a portion of the jobs that you do, but you could get listed on, and they'll send you jobs for free. And that's a really great way to get started, is especially with Moving Helper. Moving Helper is actually owned by U-Haul. So if you got on Moving Helper, that will be that's your first choice. But sometimes they can be picky about who they let on. Right? But getting on that, and I tell you what, that alone can keep you busy. Being on Moving Helper. Okay. I mean, I know guys who've made careers just working from Moving Helper.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'll check them out.
Yeah. So, I mean, but they do take like 30% of the jobs. Well, maybe not that much, but I think Moving Helper is 15% of the what you make. Okay. So every $100 they're taking 15. So think with that when you're making your prices.
Okay.
You got to price yourself out competitively but you also don't want to make it so that you're going to lose money too.
Exactly.
All right. You know, and it comes down to, when it comes to personnel to work for you, the more money that you're willing to pay, the better the person you're going to get.
Yeah.
You'll get what you pay for.
Right.
Just like your customer, they're going to pay for what they get.
Right.
So,
I get it.
You know, I mean, you at first, maybe you can't get the best of the best. I understand. But once you get to that point, you know, it might be worth it to hire some, you know, seasoned guys who really know their shit. Or at least one of them that can run crews for you and become your general manager, so that you can just worry about sales and marketing.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, that's my game plan for you. My first plan is, you know, get out, you know, just figure out where you're going to go, your demographic, right? Create your game plan, start selling, go knocking on doors, right? And then as you're getting the jobs, figure out your procedures and your list, keep track of your money, like to the penny.
Yeah.
It should hurt every time you spend something.
Yeah, it does.
Like you got to spend $1. You're like, ah!
Yeah.
You got to be like a Jewish person when it comes to spending money.
Yeah.
All right. Keep track of your money very well. Do a really great job. You know, correct yourself when you need to be corrected. Make sure that any corrections that are done are written down on what you did to solve the problem. So if it ever happens again, you got that procedure. And then finally, just get out there and distribute your reputation, right? Because your reputation, believe it or not, that is the that's the final product of your business.
Exactly.
Your reputation. Believe it or not, doing moving is not the product of your business.
Right. It's the customer service.
Your product is a satisfied customer that's willing to say very good things about you.
Right.
And that's what you need. So like when Frito-Lay makes potato chips, that's not their product, right? Their product is a happy customer eating their products and saying something, right? So they got to distribute the chips, right, to get that customer.
Exactly.
So that's what your final step is, to distribute good news.
Okay.
Right. The definition of marketing is good news made well known. Okay. So if you could think with that, that's PR, that's marketing, is good news. So every time you get a positive review, you scream it from the rooftops.
Right.
If they have a real estate agent, take that review and send it to them. Say, hey, Mr. Real Estate Agent, I moved your client, and this is what they had to say about our services. Let me know if you got anybody else that might need our services.
Right.
You know, just a real quick thing.
Yes.
I tell you, that technique alone will make you thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars.
Okay.
And then, you know, as you build up, then you can get into more fancier stuff like postcards and, you know, getting CRMs and things like that. But just start with the basics right now.
Just build up. Okay.
Learn the business, learn what you need, learn what you don't need, learn what you want, what you don't want.
Okay.
And then once you got that down, and it doesn't have to take a long time, right? Especially if you're really busy and you're doing a lot of volume, it could go very quickly, right? It's just learn that, you know, and be willing to pivot and think in solutions. There's no such as a problem. There's just the definition of a problem in an entrepreneurial thing is a solution not yet known.
Right.
That's what a problem is.
Right.
So think in solutions, think in futures, and you'll do well. You'll do well if you do that.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good for me. I think I'm gonna get right on it and join your academy on Facebook and
Good.
and
And
get
then
some.
when you do that, make sure and once you get approved to be in the group, go and say hi to everybody and say, hey, look, I'm new. Let me know what I need to know. And
Okay.
people will come out and they'll help you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Right. I agree. Well, I'm willing to put it in, and I just needed this little session real quick to get me right on track. I was little here, there, everywhere, and I've been watching your videos and trying to get out of it what I can the little time I had. But I'm about to get serious with this, and I might not be doing security long.
Well, let's hope. I mean, let's hope, but do not give up on the security just yet.
Oh, no. I'm trying to take it in steps so I can, gradually do it. Yeah.
Maybe just working on the weekends or something for the first, first month or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
Because the weekends are the busiest time anyway.
Yeah.
And the end of the month is busiest. So.
Okay.
Right. And then, if somebody knows shows on you, go and get a day labor.
Yeah. Because I'm right around the corner from Home Depot, so I see those guys.
So you see all the guys hanging out there.
Yeah, I see them all the time. Yeah.
And they're willing to work. I mean, they're out there looking for work.
Yes.
So they're and I'll tell you right now, from my personal experience, Mexicans, Latinos are some of the hardest working people I've ever had on crews.
Right.
I mean, they don't complain. They do what they're told. They do how they're told. Right. They can handle the hot weather. Right. You know what I mean? They get it done. Maybe they'll smoke dope after they're done, but when they're on the job, they're on the job. And so if you find a good couple of guys, maybe you might want to put them on payroll.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, when I call, you come, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Also, it'd be good if you did hire a couple Spanish speaking people, because you will be dealing with people.
Exactly. I'm a matter of fact, one of my main guys already, he's Hispanic, and so I already have him on the team. He's one of my guys who's waiting on me to get it started. Yeah, one of my main guys.
Right. Another thing I want to impart to you is you do not have to do. So if you think you need all of this stuff before you can get doing the job, you're wrong. Right? You don't need money. You don't need equipment. All you need is a willingness to get it done. Right? Just go out and start knocking on doors. That will do you a world of good right there. Even if you don't have promo, just going out there, knocking on doors, right? It helps if you have a business card. It helps if you have postcard. It helps if you got rack cards.
Right.
But you don't have to have them to get started.
So one thing that I probably would need would be like a supplier of cardboard boxes or the stuff to package. No.
Why do you need that right now?
I mean, so we're being a labor ready. I mean, would the customer provide the boxes or?
Well, here's the thing. If a customer hires you to do packing, to put stuff in boxes, then you go, no problem. Sign here, give me $100 deposit, right? You have them go buy the boxes, or you say, good, this is how many boxes it's going to take you to do the job, right? It's a 3-bedroom house, so it's going to be about $1,200 to $1,500 worth of boxes. And you go, you got to give me $1,200, $1,500. I'll go buy the boxes. We'll bring them in here. We'll start tomorrow. We'll pack you up.
Okay.
So one way or the other, they're going to pay for it.
Right. Okay.
But you don't have to have it. Go get it when you need it.
Okay.
You don't need them right now. Now, if you want to buy a couple boxes to hold tools and stuff like that, you should have some tools, like a basic drill and some screwdrivers and Allen wrenches and, socket set and things like that.
Right.
That's good. You should have that.
Right.
You know, some dollies is a good thing to have. But again, you can rent all that if you need it.
Yeah.
Don't, you know what I mean? That's what
Right.
the deposits are for.
Right.
You go and get shit like that when you need
Right.
to.
Okay.
Okay. So,
All right.
you know, and hell, don't have a car? That's okay. There's this thing called Uber or buses or the subway. You know,
Yeah.
Subway's what? I don't know how much Subway is now, but when I was there, the Subway was like $1.25 or something.
Yeah, something like that around there.
You know,
Yeah.
shit, that'll take you to North Hollywood and
Yeah,
Universal
everywhere.
Studios and you
Yeah.
know, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't think. You know, again, you don't have to do. You only, and if you're not doing it because of this or that, the other thing, it all comes down to that you're just scared.
Yeah.
So buck up, put on your big boy panties, you know, let your balls drop and get out
Right.
there and do it.
Okay. Okay.
You know, because that's what it comes down to.
Just doing it.
There is no other excuse than just you're either lazy or you're scared.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's okay as long as you admit it to yourself.
Right.
I had to admit that I was lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, damn, I just don't want to do that. And so I didn't do it. I hired people to do it for me.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
okay. Just be honest about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or shit, I don't know. Man, that's out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just confront it and do it. After you've done it once or twice, it's usually not a big deal after that.
Right. Right.
It's like jumping out of an airplane. The first time you do it, it scares shit. You probably poop your pants. But when you're done, it's like, hey, can we do it again?
Right. Yeah. I hear it.
Okay. Good. Any other questions?
Right now, I'm on this page now. What I got so far, I'm ready to go on your Facebook page and join, so I can get this thing going,
Okay.
get some more knowledge, get more confident, and get it going, man.
Excellent. All right, then. Well, I'm going to let you go. We're pretty much at the time anyway.
Okay.
So, if you need me for anything, feel free to do another call, or if you're in the group, hit me up in the group.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, my man. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Thanks.